Welcome back, friends. It is Lauren, the Soap Witch, and it is time for another wash day. Okay, so I just want you to know I have restarted this video like 57 times, and holy cow, I know it's late, it's like 12-ish a.m., but for the love. Okay, so anywho, I am starting off with what I'm going to call day 3 hair. I'm going to go ahead and give you a spinny spin. Okay, this is where I'm starting. It's day 3 hair because if y'all will recall, I had said that on day 5, okay, I was always going to do a refresh. And so I did. So that kind of restarted my days, and day 5 became day 1 as far as this style. Okay. As far as this style, right, is concerned. So that was Thursday, right? Yeah, Thursday. And then Friday was day 2, and this is Saturday, and well, technically it's Sunday, but still, I ain't went to sleep yet, so this is still day 3 as far as I'm concerned. So here's why I'm really feeling good and liking what I did here. So by the time I post this video, I will have posted my refresh video, and in the refresh, I kept my promise, and I did what I had said, which was I was going to do the 2 gel method, right, with the test custard and the stronghold gel, but I was going to do it without a leave-in. So that's what I did. And y'all, I'm just going to say that I was pleasantly surprised. That's not really what this video about, but I'm talking about it anyway. Okay, but I was pleasantly surprised because after 3 days, and I worked out on day 1, right? I did it, worked out the evening of day 1, and it was my high intensity cardio, okay, that day, not anything like light, low intensity, none of that. Like, I'd be sweating and pouring and hating that man's guts at the end of class. He knows this is not a secret. I maybe give him a hard time every week. The point is, right, that I'm actually I'm a little surprised because I've always felt like I need a leave-in. And in certain circumstances or certain cases, I absolutely do. But also, I just want to point out that this is held up, okay, in the heat and humidity up here in the Nashville, Tennessee, because it's been 97, 95, 93 degrees. Today, the high was, what is it, a moth? 93 degrees. The high was like 93 degrees today. And I was out hiking and going back past waterfalls that was spraying at me and blah, blah, blah. And I was not caring. And I'm still sweating and hot. Because it's hot, my scalp, all that, but it is still like did not turn into a puff. Like, okay, so we gonna do this again. I'm gonna do this again as like a day 1 thing, right? Where I do it on Sunday because that's usually my day 1, right? And to see how that looks on day 5, right? Okay. Anywho, now that I've done ran my mouth, I realized that I done forgot my water bottle, and I'm gonna get that and start this hot oil treatment kit. Okay, now that I have got myself together, I think maybe so, I'm going to go ahead and just start getting my hair ready for this hot oil treatment. So usually I like to part my hair down the middle. Okay, that's where I was going with that. Because I just trying to figure out my life here real quick. Okay, is what I'm doing. I said I was going to spray a little water on these here sections when I'm trying to split them apart instead of the whole dry operation. Because that don't be working out. Okay, so let's retry this. So what I like to do is just kind of part it down the middle. Okay, I'm gonna just take this and put it out the way. Okay, and then I'm gonna take this. Look, stop spraying. Okay, and I'm gonna split this in half too. Okay, so now it's kind of already moistened. I'm just gonna get this back a little bit. I usually like to moisten it a little bit. It's not as wet as it looks, I promise. I like to moisten it up some just because that works for me. You do what works for you, okay? All right. So what I'm going to do is go in with my Acute Anointing hair oil. That's this one right here, okay? Like, I'm still throwing off by looking at this back camera because I'll be looking up expecting to see a selfie cam again. I'll be like, that's the back of my phone. What's going on? Okay, don't matter anyway. The Acute Anointing, that's this one. And so to prepare for a hot oil treatment, stop hitting my mic. Okay. To prepare for a hot oil treatment, what I do is just run the water in my bathroom sink until it is hot and steaming. And then I put this in there for 15 minutes. And then at the end of the 15 minutes, I start the hot oil treatment kit. That's what I do. So I'm going to just take some of this nice warmed up oil because you actually want it hot. It says hot oil treatment, but it means warm oil treatment. Apply it liberally to my scalp area. And my scalp really be needing the help. Okay, just legit. Be like, it's gonna be dry as it wanna be. Okay, and then after I apply this like ridiculous amount, I might have gone a little overboard because I was busy talking. Anyway, I just take it and rub at my scalp just like this. And honey, it has been itching me to death, probably from all the sweating that I've been doing between working out and hiking, which is really just another form of working out. It's just like enjoyable working out. Ooh, pretty sights while I work out, because it's kind of how I feel. So anyway, I take that oil and also just bring it down the hair, that just like this. And then what I also like to do is take this little, that's not a little, hold on. Okay, take a little and just rub it in my hairline just like this to make it just not act stupid. Because I swear sometimes my edges be just like I'm real stupid. I ain't caring nothing about having no baby edges, baby hairs. I feel like they should have been left in the 90s where they belong, but whatever, here we are. I don't care nothing about it. You care about it, that's cool. That's cool. I love it for you. But I ain't got none. I ain't got no baby hairs. And these little edges that I have, they just want to look like what they look like. But I don't want them to fall out though, you know. So that's, you know, somewhere in between is, you know, good for me. Just trying to hold on to them. This oil, whenever mine start acting a fool, I feel like it always helps. It always comes through. I ain't making no promises or nothing, you know, but I'm just saying it helps me out. It helps me out. I've done rubbed this through my hair. It's good enough for me. I might just put a little bit extra in what I consider to be this forgotten some more. Okay, this forgotten section. Okay, I did all of the rubbing and prayer handsing and pulling it through and all that. Maybe a tiny bit more for the ends. This is me doing too much. This is me. So now that I done got all my hair like thoroughly oiled up, okay, I'm gonna just take this and put it in a Bantu knot. Now, as I discuss every week, you do not need to do a Bantu knot. You do whatever you want with your section, okay? That's between you and your hair. But I just like to do a Bantu knot because it gets it out the way. And it also helps my hair fit under all the stuff that I put on after it better. And that's where I'm at. Half the time I don't want to stay in the Bantu knot, but I don't care. It doesn't make the rules around here. I do. I'm sorry. Whatever. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the very same thing all the way around my head. So it's going to be 4 sections. 4 sections. Apply a little moisture. Add a bunch of oil, rub it all in, Bantu knot. Okay, all done. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put all this foolery on my head. My usual, first the little plastic shower cap and the bonnet is next. Big scarf. Now as I go through it every week, the reason that I go through all this here, focus, okay. The reason that I go through all this here is one, I feel like, well, I don't just feel like, I don't want all this oil and stuff to be all over my bedding and stuff. That's a no for me. Also, I feel like it helps trap the heat in better, so it helps the oil do its thing better overnight, because I'm gonna sleep with this in. And whether it does or doesn't, I don't know, but it's been working. I don't believe in fixing stuff that's not broken, and so we just gonna keep doing what we've been doing. I'm gonna go ahead and go for the night, and I will see y'all in the morning. Okay, bye. It's morning. All right, so I'm just trying to get this going. I finally gotten to the point where I can tie that scarf and it don't feel like it's trying to squeeze my brains out of my ears. And I don't even be tying it that tight, but okay, that's irrelevant. I swear Tangent is my middle name. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, like I'm telling you what I do every week, but you know, new people might show up. So I gotta repeat myself a lot. I'm gonna take these down and just twist them in the opposite direction that you did to get them up. Okay, that's done. So now my next steps, I'm gonna wash my hair. I'm gonna treat myself to some deep conditioning hair mask. And then after I do all that, I'm going to style my hair in a wash and go. I think I might do something different next week. Maybe we'll see. I still want to test out this foam and other applications because I've really only just done it in wash and go. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me wash my hair, okay? Okay, let's get into washing this hair. So first, you know, I'm just going to saturate it and just give it a nice thorough rinse to help get some of that oil out before I shampoo it. Also, I just feel like thoroughly saturating my hair helps with dispersing the shampoo throughout my hair better, which means that I can also use less product. This is a gratuitous shot of the back of my head because why not? And here is my Whipped Wonder Whip Shampoo. And I just love it. I can't say enough about it. So this is the wonderful whipped texture, and that's just how much I'm going to use. Last week I tried using a little less. It still got my hair clean, but I don't know. I just like this amount better. Not that it's that much, okay? So I just rub a little between my hands, just kind of enough to distribute it evenly in each hand so that I can just kind of slap it on my hair after I take it from underneath the shower. So I'm just gonna rub that along my hair, and that helps me just spread it across my strands and get it, you know, on my scalp thoroughly before I just start lathering it up. As you can see, I mostly just stick to my scalp, the top of my head. I don't wash the mids or the ends, and I saw that, you know, a professional has suggested that that is how you should wash hair, and I do feel like it has helped me in keeping the rest of my strands healthier and retaining length. So just a tip, what I do instead is I just take the studs from the top of my head and drag them down through the rest of the hair, and that gets that hair pretty much clean enough. So I go ahead and give my hair a nice little rinse, and I like to use my hands to squeeze out the excess products. I feel like it helps it go faster. So here I go for the second wash. I usually always do two, especially now that I'm in doing the hot oil treatment. So literally the same exact process is what I did the first time. Slap shampoo on the hair, massage my scalp, fingertips, get it nice and sudsy, and then gather all that wonderful, beautiful, luscious suds, drag it through the hair, and play in the foam. I love playing the foam. When I wash my son's hair, I play in the foam too. Okay, anywho, I'm just a small child and I enjoy it. Yeah, okay. So anyway, getting that all nicely rinsed out there, and then now it's going to be time to go in with my Twilight Tempest deep conditioning hair mask. And when I apply that, I like to separate my hair in two equal sections, and then I just like to make sure my hair is pretty saturated, maybe to hold some moisture in between the time that I start one side and then go to the next. Not usually, but you know, we can all hope. So I just take that hair and clip it so that it's out of the way while I work on that other side. It may or may not stay in the clip, but you know, that's the chance we take for washing hair. I don't know what I'm saying anyway. So I just like to thoroughly saturate my hair. There's the Twilight Tempest. That's what it looks like. Is she nice and thick? You love that. I love that. And I like to put it on thoroughly saturated hair. That's how much I'm using. I just like to rub it in my hands before I apply it. And the reason I also apply this to thoroughly saturated hair is because I feel like it glides along my hair strands better, and I can incorporate it amongst my hair strands better, and so I end up having to use less product. And don't we all want to figure out how to save that product, save them coins, use less product as we go along? That's what I'm about. So anyway, that's my Unbrush. You know, I love her. Okay, I had to give her a name. I love her so much, but you know, she already has a name, Unbrush. Moving right along. So my method for detangling my hair is just obviously, okay, mouth, start at the ends, and then as I brush down, I follow through with kind of a raking motion with my fingers, a finger combing. So I brush with the brush and then I follow through with finger combing, and that just helps me determine that I've got my hair detangled enough. I don't know why, but it just seems to be a better process for me over time, because I know that it's just going to be fully detangled, and I can tell as I go along the way that my hair is detangled enough for my liking. It's usually very detangled using the Unbrush. And also just shout out to all of my conditioners. They all have incredible slip, and so it makes detangling a literal breeze. Used to take me hours, and this is in real time. I always leave it in real time just so y'all can see I'm not full of it. This is really how my detangling sessions go. The Unbrush is a miraculous, wonderful thing. I've heard some people say it doesn't work for them. I'm not people. It works miraculously for me and my very tangled hair. So just moving around to the back to get this finished up. And just the same process again, just finger comb, brush, finger comb, brush, until I don't feel like there's any tangles between the brush or my fingers. It's just like, you know, like a double check almost. Is it detangled? It's definitely detangled by the time I'm done with it. And my hair just, and I don't lose much either. My hair feels nice and soft and detangled, and I really don't lose much hair in the process using this method. Bonus,
definitely a win. But you can see that it's pretty much done at this point. My fingers and the brush is going through my hair freely, and this is the amount of time that it took to just do half of my hair. If obviously if I had more dense hair, I would probably need to do more sections, but it would still be time saved on those sections. So I'm just saying, I like to go through and just kind of finger comb my hair a little bit, and then I do a big 2-strand twist just to get the hair out of the way. It's just like don't turn that into a drinking game. Okay, anyway, just get it out the way while I work on the other side. And then that's me splashing myself all in the face with conditioner unintentionally as I attempt to pull out the shed hair from the brush. So once I get that all out, you know, it's just nice to see what I did or didn't lose. Not much, obviously. That's my whole entire head. That's from both sides. So I usually let it sit in my hair for about 20 minutes. High porosity, I don't find it necessary to sit under a hooded dryer, but it won't hurt if you decide you want to. And for low porosity, I suggest it every time. Medium porosity, I mean, it's really up to you. But whatever you feel like. So I like to go ahead and get that nice and thoroughly rinsed out. Another gratuitous shot of the back of the hair. I just started doing them. They look nice. I see other people doing them. I'm like, why not? Sometimes it's nice to jump in with the crowd. Sometimes it isn't. Okay, anyway. So here we are. It's all finished, clean looking, beautifully moisturized. And as it's just now time to go ahead and style this hair.
Okay, just showered. Alrighty. And I got this hair all clean and washed and stuff. So, you know, I like to split it in 2 parts, ideally equal parts. I just kind of feel for my hands. Does it feel like I have equal amount of hair? If not, add more to one side. So this is definitely where the laziness of the wash and go is. I feel, yeah, good enough. Okay. So just gonna put this half out of the way. Okay. First of all, I'm gonna re-wet this because, you know, after about 30 seconds, it'd be trying to dry. Hello, high porosity. So, and like, you know, of course, you know, there's a war zone out there about does it matter or not. It matters as far as how your hair absorbs moisture and products. So in that way, it does matter because, you know, you need your hair to absorb moisture and ideally try to hold some. So that's really where it matters. And using products, I'm not talking about extreme treatments. I just mean even basic products. For a low porosity, you just want probably use less product and lighter weight products, because that's what my son does. That's pretty much the gist of it, but it makes a huge difference when you do that. And then for me, I use more product and heavier product because I'm high porosity. Normal porosity, it really probably just depends more so on how easy it is for your hair to be weighed down or defined or not. I feel like you would base your products on that. So more coarse hair or hair that's harder to define, I would go with heavier products. And the opposite is true for the opposite hair type. Okay. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna say about that, maybe for right now. But it does matter when it comes to that. And for me, that has made a whole huge amount of difference as far as me retaining length and just how my styles turn out. Okay, let me start making faces. So first up, we're gonna do Mysterious Magnificence, which I don't know why, but when I do a refresh, I always forget to do it on this side. Like, okay, old lady brain. I'm sorry if you're old and you happen to be watching this. I mean, I ain't that young either, but I don't know if I'm old enough to classify it as old. I'm 41, almost 42. Embrace it, honey. A lot of people don't get to make it to these ages even, okay? My late husband didn't. So I'm gonna take this and just run my fingers through it. I try not to overdo it where I just look like I've just got lots and tons of foam. Not my goal here, but you know, it does foam a little. You just kind of see the white foaming on top. That's what I'm looking for. So the last time because I did it on this side, the last time I did it, you know, from a Sunday wash day, I actually sprayed water on this side. Let me get every week. Okay. So on this side, I sprayed water on top after I applied the moisturizing spray. On this side, I think I forgot to spray the water on the moisturizing spray. So I just sprayed extra on the leave-in. I actually like the side, I think, where I sprayed extra on the leave-in better. Can I make up my mind? Okay, so that looks good. Next, I'm going in with Sultry Sorcery. That's my leave-in that I've just fallen back in love with. I loved it, and then I was like, I like it for only certain things, and now I'm in love with it. We're allowed to change our mind, I guess. Anyway, Great for high porosity hair, not for low porosity hair. It used to just sit on my low porosity son's hair, just bam. That's what I'm using. And that was part of how we found out he was low porosity. Okay. Apply this liberal, ma'am. I thought we addressed that word. We can use it now. Okay. And I just like to make sure I rub it all the way in. Like, I want to make sure it's thoroughly incorporated. I don't want any big, like, bulbs or whatever of product just sitting on top of my hair. That does not make for a good hairstyle in any capacity, and definitely not a good wash and go. Okay. So anywho, like I was saying, I have a lightweight leave-in that is good for, hair that's just easily weighed down and low porosity, because, I've talked about that in a bunch of videos before. And Miss Karen, my friend, who was one of the testers, left a review on how beautiful her hair looked. It was like day 6 hair. The image is gorgeous. Her hair did look fabulous. Toot my own horn and hers. Okay. Teamwork. I'm going to add some water on top of this now. You want a lot of water, especially if you're high porosity, because water is where the moisture is really coming from, and everything you're using is just either adding more moisture or boosting the moisture from the water or helping to lock it in. So there we go. It's looking good. I do a combination of raking and pressing. One, I think it helps to keep that product from standing up on top of my hair. And two, it helps to push the product into the hair, but rake it through and make sure it gets on every strand or all the strands or most of the strands moving on. Okay. Next, I'm going with the Stronghold gel. I'm just going to get me a clump of that. And I always make sure that I rub it in between my hands before I apply it. Some people say you're emulsifying it. I don't really know what to tell you, but I do know that one, since I have seen other people say that, and I did apply it to my hair once without rubbing it in between my hands, it was a mistake. And I was like, what did I do wrong? I was over there trying to figure out my life. Like, who did I offend? What is going on here? So yeah, this is absolutely the lazy part of the lazy wash and go. I don't really split my hair. I don't split my hair really into sections. That I keep throwing that really in there. I don't do that because I don't have dense hair. Well, not really dense hair. I mean, some decent, I guess. I don't know that it's low density, but it's not high density for sure. It could be low density. I don't know. It's thick, but not high density. So like, I can get away with this little cheat that I do, where I just do the whole half of my head at one time. It works for me. If I were low porosity, even with low density hair, I probably would still do smaller sections, because you really want to be able to push that product into the hair, and smaller sections really makes that easier. I've seen that with my son's hair even. Okay, so here's what we're looking like. I don't think I'm gonna add any more. It's looking really good. It's looking really good. I'm gonna add a little water, I guess. Usually when I add it to the gel though, I just spray it in my hand and rub it on like this. Just be trying to not to disturb folks. Folks be in the hair strands. I don't know. I was gonna spew some nonsense. Don't even try to act like you didn't. Okay, I am gonna put a little bit, like when I say a little bit, on the ends. I have seen people do that. And I do think, because I did that last time, I don't know that I really specified that that's what I was doing, but I do think that did contribute to the longevity of both my hairs, like when I did it on day 1, and then when I redid it on day 5, which then turned back into day 1. Okay, so yeah, okay, now I think I'm good. I just be picking up techniques, y'all. I watch about 157 natural hair videos like a week. Probably not that many, but I just love watching us do our hair. It's just like, it's pretty. And I get tips. So like, oh, that's smart. I'm gonna try that. So this is the foam that I haven't used in a while. Give it a shake. And I'm gonna put that on top. It's real hard for me to show y'all the way it foams, but it foams pretty well. And I see people using a whole lot on each section. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. But I really like the way this formulation turned out. I don't know if you've seen my little shorts or whatever, but I did like three total iterations of this. I'm not really fully raking this. I'm mostly just pressing and smoothing this on top, some in the middle, well under. I just be trying different techniques, different, ways of doing stuff. Sometimes it's better to rake, sometimes it's better to press, sometimes it's good to rake and press. I am sort of running my hands through it a little bit, but it's not like a severe rake. It is mostly a press. I just be doing stuff, y'all. Y'all already know. I'm gonna just put the littlest bit. on this inside. So I feel like that's looking nice. Let me just make sure I rub, because man, back here sometimes I'll go back and edit the video or just turn around and look and be like, I didn't even touch that. Did I rub that in? Hope nobody noticed. Y'all noticed. I noticed. We all noticed. So this is looking really good. I like the way it looks like the products are absorbing into my hair, so I should not have problems with it, like, I don't know, just sitting on top or flaking or whatever. But yeah. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take this down. I like to use this clip to just kind of push this side over out the way so I don't be, re-applying products to the same hair I already did it to. And then, this disrespectful high part. Look at how dry I look already. Like, y'all, I had not been standing over here this long. My son's hair would still be dripping. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and re-wet it thoroughly, okay? And then I'm gonna come back and show you the full wet results, and then I'm gonna diffuse it. Okay, let me not get ahead of myself. Y'all, the wet results is looking like, wow. Let me just show you, okay? Right? I'm impressed. So, I mean, look. Who hair is that? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and diffuse this. High heat, high air, whatever version the time holds, high heat, strong flow, something. It's the top of both of them. That's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'm gonna come back. It's about 806,000 degrees in here. Okay, believe me when I say that's an exact number. Okay, but this combo, look at this gray hair. I'm gonna tell you, usually it just looks like Fred City, but like it actually tried to do something here. The combo last week did too. So let me see. Look, the definition is wild. Look, oh my god, out of control. Look at it. It's so hot in here. I want to let myself cool down for a second. And look at the elongation though. It's the foam. It's the foam. This is real close to what it looks like when I stretch it, y'all. Real close. Like, I stretch it, and then it doesn't stay as stretched. It shrinks up a little. But usually without this, it's like up here. Like my last one that I did in my refresh video, they were up here. Okay? And so, like, when I stretch it, it usually comes out a little longer, and then it comes back up to like here. This is usually where it is, though. When I stretch it, and then, adjust or whatever it does. I don't know. Hair just be doing what it wants. So I'm gonna sit down. It's really hot in here. I just want to make sure that I'm fully dry before I proceed to finish this up, because I want to be finished, Lord. Okay, what I did was diffuse it for about 20 minutes. It was 20 minutes. I actually put a stopwatch on so that I could just see how long I actually took. So it still felt slightly damp up here in my roots, but it was like 850,000 degrees in here, and I couldn't tolerate it any longer. So I intended to go sit in front of that fan in my room for like 15 minutes and ended up getting distracted playing mobile games and foolery for more like 30. And so by the time I came back, it just feels dry. I don't think I need to get it again with the blow dryer. If I hadn't waited as long as I did, poofing off, I probably would have come back and maybe blow dried at 5, max 10 more minutes, but I don't feel like I need that. So I'm gonna go ahead and lift my roots. See how my mouth moving, but ain't no words coming out. So this is the part of the video when my microphone died. Of course, I didn't notice that for I don't know how long because I was busy yapping. But anywho, unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to voice over the rest of this, and hopefully I catch the thoughts that I was trying to express at the end of the video. So here I am just fluffing my roots, which is a part of my routine of any wash and go, regardless of whether I stretch it or not, because I really just like the look. I just like it gives it a bit more fullness, if you will, instead of kind of looking like it's laying flat. And really, I just take my pick and I just go into the hair just at the roots and just do a little liftage. That's all I do, all the way around on each side and in the back until I'm satisfied with how it's looking.
So sometimes I go for a big huge lift and sometimes just a little bit. I think a little bit is for the most part what I went for in this video. One, I was hot. Remember the 850,000 degrees conversation? Yeah, that. And two, I just feel like overall this wash and go turned out so well that I didn't want to mess with it too much. I didn't really need to adjust it too much. So I didn't. And so I was really thrilled with the way that this came out for a multitude of reasons. One, the definition was insane. It was crazy. It was one of my most defined wash and goes that I think I've had, maybe except for last week's, because that one was pretty amazing too. Also, it's shiny, and like I think I talked about how my hair just has had struggles in that department. Just you can see over the time frame of 2019 to now that you don't necessarily, especially in wash and goes, see my hair having a lot of shine. And I know part of that is due to high porosity and its inability to hold on to moisture, and so it ends up looking more dry and frizzy. Pretty much hallmarks of the high porosity type. And so I'm just really thrilled here in this video and even the previous one that my hair, I'm starting to figure out how to bring that shine out, how to retain enough moisture that it looks moisturized enough that it can do this. Also the fact that I have brown hair, okay, because it's not black, and usually black hair shines, and my hair just being the brown color that it is, I've always had trouble getting it to shine. But yes, I was super thrilled with how this turned out, the body, the everything. I didn't even have to stretch it. It just looked good as it was. And I'm not going to say that's a rarity, but I really feel like it's definitely just for me to know that I'm going in the right direction. And I like that. That's always good. Okay, so also it was just a segue as well into talking about my hair journal. And I think they're great just for this kind of purpose. Like my hair journal, as I talk about all the time, is YouTube. I have all of my history and just all of my journey on YouTube. There I go, almost poking myself in the eye with the glasses. On YouTube. And so like I can see what worked, what hasn't, and how the different techniques and types of products that I've used have worked in my hair over time. And so a hair journal will do that exact same thing. I have a digital option if you're interested in checking it out, which will be linked in the comments below. But basically that option is excellent because when it's digital, so you can download all of it or just bits and pieces as you need it, and it's forever. So once you buy it, it's yours, and you can download as many pages as many times as your heart desires. But it gives you options for your hair. Obviously your hair is a hair journal, but ways, tips, and tricks for what to do with your hair, what you want to try with your hair, what type of hair do you have, what types of products are you using in your hair, what types of products would you like to use in your hair, as I'm showing all these different products that I've been using in my hair that have contributed to my hair health and growth and appearance and all that stuff. All that stuff stays on YouTube, which is my hair journal, and you can do the same. You can know which products do what for your hair, what exactly they do for your hair, and how they do it, ideally, how to apply them, how not to apply them. Do you need to add heat? Do you need to finger comb? Do you need to just press it in your hair? How much do you need to style and mess with it? Obviously not much. Typically just don't touch it after you get it into the style or add the products or what have you. But a hair journal is great for knowing all of that information because you can put that down just in one place and call it a day. And y'all, this microphone is trying all my patience, but we are gonna make it through it. And so the next part, we're gonna talk about this warm brown lip gloss that's right here's a close up of it. Oh my god, make it stop. Anyway, that's what it looks like. It's definitely one of my favorite colors. I really just love a good warm brown color. It just does something for me. So yeah, if you like that type of color, or really any other, I have several other, purple, pink, etc. Check out the link below where you can see this color, and also I have a bundle if you want to get multiple colors or multiple of the same color. Don't let me hold you back. Anywho, and also I did just want to point out, I think I forgot to mention that All of the products that I use in this video were scented with tropical fantasy fragrance. It is absolutely my new favorite. I'm in love with it. I adore it. Oh my goodness. So anyway, if you don't like that type of delectable tropical scent, I won't hold it against you. We all have our thing. I also have strawberry patchouli, an apple fragrance, a lemon pound cake, a lavender peppermint, and a eucalyptus spearmint eucalyptus. That sounds better that way, but it's the same thing. It doesn't matter. I also have an unscented if you don't like or are sensitive to fragrances. So that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. That's all I have got. I really appreciate if you made it this far with all my rambling and nonsense and mishaps. Boy, this one was full of mishaps galore, but you know, we were never gonna quit. We're never gonna stop. We always gonna get it done no matter what I have to do. Okay, so on that note, I still enjoy doing this video, even though, you know, it tried to get the best of me. I hope you liked it too. If you did, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my uploads. All right, see you next time.